If you hear someone call your name when you're alone, don't answer. This happened to me about 3 months ago, and I still have not been able to explain it. I live in a small apartment. Nothing special, just a bedroom, a hallway, a kitchen, and a living room. My roommate had gone out of town for the weekend, so I had the place to myself. It was around 1:40 in the morning. I remember the time because I could not sleep. I was lying in bed, scrolling through my phone in complete silence. That's when I heard it. Someone said my name. It wasn't loud. It wasn't aggressive. It sounded normal, almost casual, like someone trying to get my attention without waking anyone else up. The voice came from just outside my bedroom door. I did not move at first. I just stared at the ceiling, trying to convince myself I imagined it. You know how your brain sometimes fills in sounds when it's too quiet? But then it happened again. This time, it was clearer. Hey! Same voice, same tone. It sounded exactly like my roommate, but he was not there. I slowly sat up and looked at the door. It was slightly open, just enough to see into the dark hallway. Nothing was moving. Everything looked normal. I stayed there for a few seconds, just listening. Nothing. No footsteps. No breathing. No movement. After a while, I got out of bed and walked toward the door. I don't know why. Every instinct was telling me not to open it, but I did anyway. The hallway was empty. Completely dark. Completely still. But at the far end, near the kitchen, I thought I saw something shift. Not clearly, just a small movement. Like something pulling itself back out of sight. I froze. "Hello?" I said. No response. Just silence. Then my phone buzzed. I looked down. It was a message from my roommate. "I'm still at my parents' place. What's up?" I felt this sudden drop in my chest. I had not messaged him. Before I could even process that, another message came in. "Why?" And then, a third one. "Who is in the hallway behind you?" I did not turn around. I could not. I was standing there, staring at my phone, trying to convince myself it was a joke. That maybe he was messing with me somehow. But he couldn't see me. He wasn't even in the city. And then I felt it. Something. Right behind me, not touching me. Just close enough that I could feel it breathing. Slow. Warm. Unnaturally steady. My entire body locked up. I wanted to move. I wanted to run. But I could not. And then, right next to my ear, something whispered, "You opened the door." I do not remember deciding to run. My body just reacted. I bolted out of the apartment, nearly tripping over myself, slamming into the hallway wall before I found the exit. I did not stop running until I was outside, in the middle of the street, gasping for air. I stayed there until morning. Did not sleep. Did not think. Just waited. When the sun finally came up, I went back inside. I did not want to. But I had to. Everything looked normal. Too normal. The same silence. The same stillness. Like nothing had ever happened. I walked slowly down the hallway toward my room. And that's when I noticed it. My bedroom door was closed. I know I left it open. I stood there for a long time before touching the handle. It felt warm. Like someone had just been holding it. I pushed it open. The room looked exactly the same. Nothing moved. Nothing out of place. Except my phone. It was lying on my bed, face up, unlocked. I know I didn't leave it there. I had it in my hand when I ran. Slowly, I walked closer. There was a message open on the screen. Not from my roommate. From my own number. "I am inside now." I dropped the phone. And that's when I heard it. Not behind me this time. Not in the hallway. But from inside my room. From somewhere I could not see. A voice. My voice. Perfect. Clear. Right behind me.
Don't leave this time.
I do not remember how I got out again. I just know I never went back. A few days later, I got a call from my roommate. He sounded confused. He told me something strange. He said someone had been staying in the apartment, sleeping in my room, using my things, answering his messages. He thought it was me. I told him I hadn't been back. Not since that night. There was a long silence on the phone. And then he said something I still think about every night. Then who sent me this? This morning? A message. From my number. I'm still here. I changed my number after that. Moved to a different place. Different city. Different life. But sometimes, late at night, when everything is quiet, I still get messages. From my old number. And they're always the same. Why did you leave me alone?